Hi and welcome back to another video. This video is going to be pretty quick. As you can see from the title, I got a ticket on my bike the other day. It was the first ticket I've gotten after a little over 2 years and a little over 4,200 miles, somewhere in that area. The ticket I got was running through a red light. I was turning onto a street that only is a three-way intersection. I came to pretty much a stop about 2 to 3 miles an hour. No one was in the crosswalks, and I slowly went through and made a turn onto the street. And I did see a cop sitting over on the other side. Didn't think too much about it, considering there was other bikes that were riding the same way as I was, along with delivery bikes and everything else. So he pulls me over, and then as I start talking to him, obviously being very respectful towards him, he kind of mentions that he saw me go through the other three lights, which kind of similar situation. I was going down Central Park West. They're all three-way intersections, come to pretty much a rolling stop. At least that's what I consider a rolling stop. His definition of a rolling stop is you actually have to put your foot on the ground, which I will now start using. But more or less the same way if you're walking on the streets and you get to a crosswalk and you actually don't have the right of way to be walking, if you take a look and there's no traffic, anyone in New York City is going to start walking and going across the street. So lesson learned. We'll obviously not do that again, but it was an interesting situation. The more surprising situation was the fine that I ended up getting. It was $190 for a first offense. I haven't had a ticket, any sort of moving violations, in well over 10 years, probably my early 20s. So at this point, 15 plus years ago was the last time I ever had a ticket. This ticket is a no points violation, so it doesn't go against your driving record or any sort of like insurance rates or things like that. But it is a pretty hefty and steep fine, at least in my opinion. I thought it was going to be 50, 60 bucks, 80 bucks, maybe 100 bucks, but almost $200 is just crazy, especially when I think about living here in Harlem and watching the local kids ride literally dirt bikes and four-wheelers down the streets illegally all the time in front of cops, and they don't do a thing. So little old me commuting to work in the morning, dressed in my normal casual business attire, and getting pulled over for going through a red light at 7:15 in the morning when there's no one around. So it is what it is. I paid it. I learned a lesson, and just want to give this little video, hopefully not so much as a rant, but more of a public safety announcement, a little PSA to watch when you go through the lights if you're going to do it. You know, it's something that is not abnormal, watching bikers get to a red light, come to a stop. If there's no traffic, no people walking around, you end up going through it. At least that's been my experience. So owning up to it, 100% went through the light. Not saying, you know, did not break the law in any sort of way, but it's a pretty steep fine for something that was, in my opinion, you watch people do it literally all day long. So it doesn't make it right, but it's just crazy to think the fine was that much. So like I said, this has been more or less a PSA. Didn't want to make it too long of a video, didn't want to make it too much of a rant, but just wanted to let people know, be careful when going through red lights. The fine starts at $180, as I found out later looking through online and finding the fine fees. Just a regular red light ticket starts at $180, and they can get you for every single light you go through. So if the cop sees you go through 3, 4, 5 lights, that's times 180 or more a piece. If you made it through the video this far, I do appreciate it. If you could hit that like button, it does help me out getting my videos out to a few more people to see. And if you like videos in general in reference to the rad bike or any sort of kind of general tech reviews, things like that, please consider subscribing. I do upload periodically. Thank you so much, and have a great day.